Nation again. Blinky.
Hey. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to see Crypto Bros and HollyGirl here. Thank you, guests, for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I gotta say, dude, I'm a fan of you guys. I've been watching your videos now for a little while. So, Rob, Holly, how's it going? I see you guys. I see you guys got creative there in your last episode. Can you guys talk about that a little? Where did that come from?
So, bros, do you want me to talk about it?
Since it was your idea, I would say go for it.
Okay, so little background. When I first started with the bros, they told me they have a taste test segment where they just taste random weird things. And so, the first time I was on, I had to eat alligator jerky. That was quite the experience. Wasn't that bad. However, the minute I started thinking it was alligator, it was really gross. But I wanted to do something pretty crazy because we were having Dawn on. And so my nieces and nephews, they had shown me this game called Bean Boozled. And so I was thinking, what better way to get him, and it wouldn't be our fault. It's actually a 50-50 chance that he'll get something really bad or really good. And so I thought that was kind of the perfect thing because it wouldn't be our fault if he got something bad, but it's just kind of the name of the game. So we decided to go that route this time.
Yeah, so me and my friends got those jelly beans the one time, and it was when he said it tastes like dirty dishwater, it tastes like dirty dishwater.
Yeah, I didn't realize how bad it was until I watched it back. I'll be honest with you, but it made me feel kind of bad when I watched it. They were pretty nasty.
Hey, too.
Yeah.
When you're unmuted, we're getting a lot of feedback, like if there's a real bad echo.
I was just trying to come on here and say it. Thanks, Holly. What's going on with this mic?
All right, I think we're good now. Let's do it.
Oh, it sounds so much better now. Hey, guys. Hey, Holly.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Rob.
Hey
there, Brian.
Is that any better?
Oh, that's so much
Okay.
better. I can finally. George, you sound clear. Matt, you sound clear. Everybody sounds good. So I think we're good to go now. All right. So, hey, Crypto Bros.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I was just saying, hey, I'm glad to see that y'all came on the space. Definitely an awesome podcast y'all got going on. And that was pretty hilarious watching the whole taste test section. I think that's a great part of the show.
Well, it's something that we started back in, I don't know, probably April. We actually started the podcast in late March, but it started for kind of different reasons. It was sort of, we were doing some local stuff in the crypto world, helping people set up wallets and things like that. And then it kind of evolved into something different. And we thought, we need to taste test something. And if you go back to some of the old ones, there are some really unique things that we've had. I would not recommend anyone ever go to Amazon and buy different flavored sodas. They are horrible. especially the one that's labeled sweet corn and ranch dressing. It's not good for you. You might taste it all weekend long. But, just to kind of touch on it, we just wanted to have an informal space where we could have a lot of fun, that people could kind of maybe take a little bit of a break from the crypto reality and the world and have a good time, but at the same time, have that conversation about cryptocurrencies. And as it was evolving, we decided we better get on Twitter and things like that. And that's where we met Holly. And we asked her to be on the podcast. And she was a great guest. And within about 3 days, we decided we better team up on this thing because it was a great fit.
Anybody that partners with Safe Moon, man, that's what happens.
Hey, this is Matt here. I wanted to ask you, did you just start your podcast because you wanted to taste stuff? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, but our very first couple podcasts weren't very entertaining. So we started to, people wanted to know a little bit more about us. And so we introduced what we call Caleb's Choice, where he asks us different questions that we don't know what they're going to be. And then the taste test kind of came out of that, where it was just like, these weren't lasting very long. And we just wanted trying to up the entertainment value a little bit. And it's turned out to be one of the funniest parts of the podcast.
Well, that's cool, but I want to know about the Crypto Brothers pre-taste test. That's I'm looking for an origin story that precedes the taste test.
Okay, I can give you that. So two of us, Caleb and I, this is Josh, by the way, we are actually brothers. Greg, he's like our brother. He's family. We're not related, but we call each other family all the time. And we all worked together at a previous job. And we all got involved in crypto about the time SafeMoon launched. And we were early investors in that. We had all invested in Doge and things like that. And had, to be quite honest with you, got lucky. And we decided that we wanted to...
Caught a pump.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? We laugh about it all the time. We just thought that's what it was always like. We didn't know any better. So we decided, we all quit our jobs and we decided to day trade. That was our idea. That's how it all started. And we learned very quickly that that wasn't the market we really wanted to get into. That's not what we really wanted to do. And we kept having people come to us all the time going, hey, teach me how to buy cryptos. I don't understand it. I don't understand the process. Help me set up a wallet. Help me get on an exchange. And so that's what we were doing. That's what our business had become.
That's a lot of substance right there. It doesn't seem like you need a taste test to spice that up. That sells itself.
Yeah, it sort of does. But then we started to get into a bear market, and there wasn't a lot to talk about. So some of the podcasts didn't last very long. And honestly, we're three guys that just like to have a good time. And that was just something somebody suggested to us, and we rolled with it. And it's just been part of the podcast ever since.
Oh, I'm not knocking the taste test. In no way. There's no way. It's a good thing. It involves a lot of humor for sure.
Well, now that Holly's come on board, and she's brought. I don't know how else to say it, maybe just a little bit more credibility to what we're doing, and we're starting to get, bigger guests on. We also thought we should leave it, because what people in the crypto world don't get to see very often is CEOs and people that, have big titles in these cryptocurrencies just be themselves. And I think you got to see with Don that he's a regular guy. Like, he's super smart, and he's got great ideas, but we don't have it set up to where we're just hounding them about the same questions they get hounded all the time about. And so keeping that taste test in there was kind of one of the things that we were like, yeah, for sure, that has to stay in. And then we were lucky enough that Dawn and our guest that will be on this Friday, they both agreed to do it, and it was a blast. There's been a lot of cool memes created about it.
Are you getting a lot of suggestions? Like, what's the wildest suggestion somebody wants you to do a taste test of?
Well, wildest, I'm not 100% sure. Yes, we're getting a ton of suggestions. The most popular one would be frog legs.
Oh, I ate those once by accident. Honestly, there was some. There was some. I thought it was chicken legs. It was in the fridge, and it was, I guess, my dad's roommate's food. And man, after I ate it, I was like, "Oh man, that tasted different." I knew something was wrong while I was eating it, but yeah. So have you tried those before?
Well, funny story. My wife actually likes frog legs, so I have tried them, but I am actually not a big fan of them. I don't think they taste horrible, but somebody on our crew now has a phobia of frogs, so I don't know if we'll get to ever taste those or not.
Man, phobia of frogs. Oh shit! Is that like amphibophobia? Something?
You'd have to ask Holly.
It's a frog phobia. It's frogs. I don't like frogs. Not my jam. No.
Frogophobia.
Frogophobia. That is what we'll call it.
The only thing I have a phobia of brushing my teeth or drinking orange juice after brushing my teeth. It's juiceophloraphobia.
Yeah, the only thing that really bothers me is spiders. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm so big and they're so small, and when they get on top of you, you don't even notice them until after they bite you. So that kind of freaks me out.
Well, that's easy. Arachnophobia, right?
Mm-hmm. Not a fan of spiders at all.
Oh, no, it's just arachnophobia. Yeah, there was even a movie. Yeah, so, I like spiders, and so I don't get it that much. They look creepy, but they're so cool because they build these rad webs, and, they're just, anyway. I don't know, man.
What's randophobia?
But I do want to talk about, I do think it's so awesome that, you, Josh, and the rest of the bros, y'all get on there and y'all actually talk to the guest as their actual people themselves. You don't really handle them about the project. You get to know them. You get to have fun with them, which is one of the best concepts I've ever seen for a podcast. Is you get to see the people of the token the way that it should be, the way you get to know their personality a bit. That last podcast that y'all did with Don, by far one of my favorites. The whole thing, just from start to finish, was extremely entertaining. I love the part where it paused. That was hilarious. Whenever the Zoom ran out, that was pretty good.
Did you notice that we pixelated his whiteboards when we started talking about that too?
I did notice that. That was pretty good too. I say, Brian, what you got?
Oh, I just wanted to put out there another vote for frog legs, and it's called ranitophobia. It is an intense and irrational, by the way, fear of frogs and toads.
He was such an ass.
That's all. Thank you.
That's good, man. I don't know if you Googled that or you just know that.
Hell yes, I did.
You Googled it? Yeah?
Yeah, you bet your ass I did.
You're such a jerk. The payback is such a you know what, but yeah. It's coming.
And
I'm sorry, Brian, go ahead.
So I was actually I talked to Holly right after y'all had y'all's first podcast, and I will tell you, she was super excited. And then when y'all offered her the spot of being a permanent member of the podcast, oh, y'all should have heard her. She was great. So I think y'all are a perfect match as far as, what y'all do, or which are creating. I think it's pretty incredible. I love the positivity aspect. I love pretty much the whole way that the show is starting to go. I did watch a bunch of y'all's old videos too, so definitely an interesting podcast.
Well, we aren't professionals by any means. None of us went to school for this sort of stuff, but we have Greg to thank for all the editing of the things, and it was his idea to kind of put that little, please stay tuned thing in there, because we're not perfect. We understand that people aren't perfect, and so we just want to have fun with it. And to your point on not hounding people, guys like me that spend a lot of time in spaces, whether I go up and speak or not, we hear all the same questions over and over and over again. And it's okay, because sometimes you get some answers you may not have heard, or they may have worded it a little bit different. But we just wanted to be a little bit more casual than that. And I knew last week's podcast was going to be awesome when Don showed up on the Zoom screen, and he was wearing a t-shirt, and he was casual, and he was laid back. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. He understands what we're trying to do here. Because if somebody wants to come on wearing a tie, I don't have a problem with that. In my past life, I used to have to wear a tie every day too. But we are all about just getting to know the person. And then just to quickly speak on what you said about bringing Holly on, I don't really know how to explain it except just to tell you that when we probably talked on Zoom for, I don't know, an hour, maybe 30 minutes before we actually started recording, just to kind of get to know one another. Then we probably talked on Zoom for another, I don't know, hour and a half afterwards. And as soon as we hung up the Zoom call, the three of us guys looked at each other, because of course we're in the same room, and I could tell we were all thinking the same thing. Like, that's like a long lost sister right there. That's like somebody that we just see eye to eye with. And we had such a blast. And I'll be honest right here in this space, and I know Holly already knows this, but I haven't really said this out loud to anybody else. We waited a little bit before we asked her, but we were all ready to pick up the phone right 30 minutes later and say, hey, do you want to be a part of this podcast full time? And so I was only able to wait like a day, and then I called her, and she immediately said yes. And I was like, okay, we got something going on here. So it's been a blast.
She brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm and information, just a force to your show, from what I can tell. And hey, but I did want to check in with Rob over there, Safe Moon Rob. How long have you been watching these guys? Because I know you're a fan.
I've been watching them for, I don't know, couple months now, I guess, because I first noticed them because I was just looking for YouTube content to watch, and I started watching Josh's his no build solos, and I just find myself zoning out watching him play. And it was actually quite fun. It's one of my favorite parts because it's just so mind numbing for me that it's like just stare at that, not obsess about anything. It's kind of like meditation. So I think I started. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but it gives me like a 15-minute break of staring at crypto stuff and screens and whatnot. So it's really fun. I love the eclecticness of their channel, because like if you look at one of their recent posts, they got Joe Pesci up there from Goodfellas, and it's a hilarious little clip. And there's just it's just Joe Pesci classic. And then they had one a little while ago. I think it was De Niro was on, and they just put up just random, which makes it fun. So you just don't know what you're going to get day in, day out. Whose concept was that? Just to randomly, it says Crypto Bros, so everybody's expecting fully crypto content. So which one of you guys decided, let's just go ahead and put up what we feel like it and just have fun with it? Was that a group decision, or?
Yeah, we just talked about it, and what we were thinking was, we're not just three guys that 24/7 think and talk and research crypto. Now, I personally research a lot, but I also like to do other things. And as we were talking about it, we were like, I'm sure that everyone else here in the crypto world has other interests. Like, there may be some that eat and breathe and sleep cryptocurrencies, but I feel like we all need a break from it from time to time. And so we were like, well, what do we enjoy to do? And so, well, I like to play Fortnite. You know, Greg's a video gamer. Caleb's a gamer. And we love gangster movies. We like wrestling. We've been fans of wrestling since we were 5 years old. Caleb and I used to sit around and watch it on Saturday nights. And so we were just like, let's just be transparent and show everyone what we're about. And part of that was important in the beginning because, you know, when you ask people to spend money with you to help them do things in the crypto world, that comes with a little bit of a stigma of, can I trust you? And so some of that started as just like, hey, here's who we are. We're not trying to hide anything. But now it's just evolved into, hey, check it out. If this entertains you, great. If it doesn't, that's cool. We're always open up for suggestions, but we've always promised ourselves that we wouldn't be anything that we're not. And so what you see on our channel is kind of a mixture of what we are. And we're actually going to start filming, or not filming, I guess recording the three bros playing Counter-Strike together, because we do that anyways. And the conversations that come out of that game, although some of it may need to be censored, is pretty entertaining stuff.
I know about back in the day, we used to play Quake 3 Arena and Unreal Tournament, and also Command and Conquer. And some of the conversations we had during some of these gameplays have been absolutely legendary over the years. And I played Quake 3 Arena quite religiously. So first-person shooters, I just love what you're doing with the channel, integrating that. I notice here, I've always thought about that I would like to add that aspect to my YouTube channel. And then I'd have a more excuse to keep on playing Fortnite. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to have this game so I can put it on our channel.
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say haven't used that excuse in my personal life a time or two to say, I got to get one uploaded for tomorrow, you know, but really it was just because I wanted to play. But no, it's just a lot of fun. And that's just what we're trying to do, is have fun, entertain, give people a break from reality, but also get people on there in the crypto world that others want to hear from, see from. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I get to know a person, let's just say like Don Bailey, for instance, on that level a little bit, I personally have a little bit more faith in that guy, because I see that, oh, okay, he's not a guy that just sits behind a desk or hides behind Twitter or whatever the analogy you want to use is. He's a real guy, you know, he's got aspirations, he's got goals, he's got dreams, he has a history. You know, we found out he used to be a DJ in college, and I used to be a DJ in my 20s, so we had that in common. And it just goes back to how it used to be when you would have conversations with people, and then you would find out you had things in common, you know, and that's just kind of how it's turned into. But we have a lot of cool things coming up, and I can't wait to see what it evolves into.
Did he tell you his DJ name? And what was your DJ name?
He did not. I don't remember if he told us his DJ name or not. I don't think he did, but I was really big into Superman back then, so my DJ name was DJ Clark.
Right on.
I guess Brian's DJ name, maybe it's related to his call sign. We established that the other day, is Glowworm.
Oh my gosh, that was a space. That was interesting. I don't know about DJ Glowworm.
Oh man, actually, that's pretty darn good.
I know that. It's pretty pimp.
But you know, I do definitely like I said, I like what you've done with your podcast. And, you know, whenever I have conversations with Don, y'all get to see in that podcast the Don that I've got to know long before he ever created, Blockbuster technology. I've had many talks with him while he's sitting at that same desk. You know, he's always laid back, cool, calm, collected, and he's just a smart guy. So y'all get to really get to, see the man behind the actual blockbuster technology. It's a good podcast. So I think y'all did a great job there. And, with this brings me into a whole different question. So I know you have Holly on board. And she is definitely by far one of the most positive, influential people that I know. She always puts a positive perspective on everything. So, Holly, can you tell us exactly what Holitivity is about?
Yeah. So, the bros kind of came up with, hey, let's have a Holly segment, something that, applies to you. And it was so weird because Holitivity just kind of came to mind. And so when I told Josh, he was like, that's perfect. Like, it was just kind of like, okay, this is what it's going to be. So the thing behind that is just basically there's a lot of positive people in the community. Not a lot of people see it, but they're out there. And so I am so community driven that I really wanted to get the community involved, and not just the Safe Moon community, but from, all communities or anybody I actually see. It doesn't even need to be crypto related for me to highlight the person who's being positive. I just happen to see more of, the Safe Moon community and Blockbuster and Protocol and all of the ones that I follow. But it isn't even really about crypto in general. It is more about people who are positive and highlighting them and bringing, the light to those people, because I'm not the only positive one out there. And I mean, we have so many great people that are exactly like I am. And so I just thought that, it would be a great way to get them involved. And so, like, when I do find a post, I actually do reach out to the person prior to, because not everyone wants to be, in that kind of light. They just kind of want to do their own thing. But I always take it to them and say, hey, can I post this tweet and kind of talk about you? Because the majority of the people so far that I've highlighted, I know. I talk to them on a regular basis. And so I'll reach out to them first, because I just don't think, it's really fair to just kind of, here's this person and throw them out there and then be like, what the heck is happening? But yeah, no, because I'm so driven by the community, I feel like I wanted to involve them.
So you call it Holitivity, and Digital Underground called it Heartbeat Props. You guys know that song, Heartbeat Props? Like, don't wait till they're dead to give the accolades. Let's give them the accolades while they're around.
Yep, I 100% agree with that.
Well, good. You and Humpty Hump, doing the Humpty dance.
Yeah.
You guys agree on something.
This is true.
Holly brings that positivity, and like I said before, that's why we reached out to her. And she's right. There are a lot of positive people out there, but Holly is unique in the fact that she is not ashamed by it. She is not scared to put it out there, and she's not scared of. Sometimes there's negative feedback to the positivity, and it doesn't change who she is, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, that's
statement.
Yeah, I agree with it too. Why would there be negativity, coming from her positivity? That's,
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
I was about to say, you'd be very, very surprised. A lot of people, they like to take out, if they've had a bad day, if they've had, something on their mind, if they're just, not in the right mindset, if they see something positive, they want to throw negative at it. And you see that a lot in general, not only in Twitter, you just see it in general. So you'd be amazed at how many people like to put the negativity out there, but it's
it's like
some of the responses have been pretty great, and it's always a way to make someone's day better if you can.
It's like crabs in a barrel, right, Brian? Pulling each other down. They don't want it.
Oh, exactly.
I kill them with kindness. That's what I do. So if they're negative, I'm just going to give them a positive comment.
That's so funny. That's actually one of my sayings that I say a lot to my team. Of course, there's always going to be people that have negative feelings, and they want to get personal with it. And the one thing that me and my team have always been respectable about and talk about and handle the situation is kill it with kindness. Not everybody's always going to be in the right mind state, so that positivity is key. It's key to not only making their day better, but making the situation better itself.
Yeah, like whenever something happens in life, we always have that choice how to respond to it, how we interpret it. You can interpret getting cut off in a bad way if you want and get mad about it in your car. But, really is just making the best of every moment.
Yeah, and I think, Brian, you nailed it, but especially when we're in a market like we are right now where people have invested in, every day they go in and they see this or they see that and they're like, man, when's the bull market going to happen? And so sometimes I think in the crypto world, we see the extremes of those attitudes because of the ups and downs that can happen. So positivity for sure is a big thing.
You couldn't have put it better. Right now is very, very tough to stay positive, but there's a lot of people that don't see the big picture behind everything that's going on right now. Right now, to me, is the time where I'm actually investing into these different projects because this is going to be the low point, which, that's my own personal opinion, not financial advice by any means. But, this is when I'm, putting in my investments and hopes of seeing a good return within the next couple of years. Which, again, anytime you see your money or value go down, it's hard to keep that positivity going. So this is when, people really need to spread the most positivity as possible, just because of how the market is going. The bear market is so tough. It's so tough. So, I feel for every project because I deal with a lot of it personally, with Glow. I get a lot of, crazy comments, remarks. And the key thing is always being transparent, always letting them know, not necessarily your next move, but, just keeping them calm and letting them know that they're not going through this alone. You got somebody beside you that's working to grow your investment. And I think that's what a lot of these teams, a lot of these people in the different communities, which, we're all under the Safe Moon ecosystem. That's what we need to build, is that positivity to help pick them up, let them know that they're not alone. We're going to get through this. It's a rough market right now, but I promise you there's a silver lining coming ahead.
Yeah, can I add to that, Brian? It is a rough market, but we all know the markets are cyclical. They run in cycles. I'm in retail business basically, and it's just cyclical throughout the year. We have the fourth quarter that makes up 50% of the sales, and so during those off months it can get a little nerve-wracking, but you know that Christmas is coming, baby. Christmas is coming, and let's remember that. Again, not financial advice, but let's remember Christmas is coming for crypto, guys, in a bigger way.
Well, if I can add to that real fast too, not only do I believe in what you guys just said, but I also believe that this is a time in the crypto market that we're going to see the cream rise. The cream is going to survive, which is, I think, going to make it easier for people to invest in the future. because there won't necessarily be as many things to choose from. And we're going to see how people acted and how they conducted business in a bear market. Because when everything's going good in a bull market, everybody looks like a genius. But in this bear market, I think it's going to make it actually easier at when we start to come out of it as investors on which projects we choose to put our money into.
Oh, I completely agree. And if we could get everybody to like and retweet the space, get some folks in here. But yeah, I mean, right now is actually, you can ask any team, any token. Right now is almost a necessary evil for us, because this is our time that we're building the utilities to drive the project. This is something that we needed the actual downtime to perform these actions, because everybody knows when you got a bull market, everybody wants the next big thing to happen right then and there. So this is one of those necessary things that honestly has been, a real saving grace, because it allowed us to have the extra time to be able to get all the approvals needed to be able to release the utilities that are coming out. And I'm pretty sure I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for a lot of the Safe Moon ecosystem when I say that. And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big things to come. And right now is the perfect time to kind of, watch and see where the market's going to take it, because I know there's a lot of things that are bound to be released soon. So it's definitely exciting times for crypto. It's just people don't know it because it's not really put out there.
Hey Brian, can I ask you a question? Is it Jared's day count that we're waiting on, or was it Shane? I can't remember, but one of those guys was doing a countdown to a big secret.
Jared's super excited about something. I'll put it that way. Well, the whole team is. We're all super excited. But yeah, Jared's over here spelling out different things. He's excited about something that is coming up.
Okay, so there wasn't a denial.
Nope, no denials.
Okay, well, give us a little hint.
he is literally spelling it out.
Yeah.
You gotta go through his tweets.
Yeah.
You gotta literally go through his tweets.
I'm surprised nobody's figured it out yet.
We did. I did it. Yeah, I put it out and people still didn't even bother to look at it. It was hilarious. Actually, I was kind of playing with them in the tweet, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it is still a little obscured.
Well, sounds like a good rumor.
Yup.
I got it right away because I have dyslexia. As soon as he's...
Oh, that's a good point. That is a very good point. Wow.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You just gave the whole room a hint, too. That's great.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that is pretty hilarious.
For tweets.
So Crypto Bros. So I know that you have another great podcast coming up Friday. I don't know if you can give out any hints on future podcasts.
So the only hint that I will say, and I'm not sure a lot of people will get it, but it's a wrap.
Holly's way better at hints than I am, because I would have blew it. So good job, Holly.
I'm not sure everybody will quite understand, but I am just excited for this guest as I was for Dawn. And then we actually just got confirmation that we have another guest on September 30th, that Friday. And I'm super excited for that guest as well. And then, you know, we are actually, there's others that I really want within the NFT community to come on with us and kind of explain their project and stuff. So I am going to be reaching out to NFT communities as well. But yeah, we have a lot of people, you guys, that want to be guests, and it's just makes me so happy because I really would love even just, you know, community members to come on and chat with us and hang out, because then you'll really, like, if you do, you'll understand why it's so fun. Like, it's so much fun and it's funny. We have such a good time. So, I mean, if anybody does, reach out to us, please, because we would love to have you on. I mean, as long as you're ready to have fun and you agree to the taste test, that's the rule, Josh. I did make that a rule for the guest speakers. If they don't do the taste test, they can't come on.
Yeah, no, you know, Holly nailed it. When we first started talking about this, and as we were kind of planning ahead with Holly as part of the group and things like that, we're like, hey, how about one guest a month? Because, you know, I don't know who's going to want to be on this. And then all of a sudden it was bang, bang, bang. We got 3 in a row. I think a lot of people in this room will be excited for a guest that we got coming up in October. And then all of a sudden our DMs blew up, and this person wants to come on, this person wants to come on, this person wants to come on. And it's like, we want all of these people to be on. I've actually got a couple ideas. I'm looking down through the room for some names, but I'll look through that later. For some people that are community members, that I got some ideas for them if they want to come on. But now, instead of, hey, let's space it out for like one a month just so we don't run out, it's like, how we need to figure out a schedule so that we can figure out who's going to be on when. And it's a good problem to have.
It's my favorite problem to have because I love it. The more the merrier in my eyes. So yeah, and you know, Josh did put me in charge of the scheduling. So it's like the best. I'm so excited about it.
Hey, real quick. Do you guys want to? Yeah, everybody retweet the space real quick just to kind of get some more people in here.
Yeah, we definitely need to get it all retweeted out. You know what's pretty funny, though? I actually get DMs about people wanting to get on your show. And I have no idea why I get DMs about it, but I do send them y'all's way.
Don't answer hers.
I'm not true. It's not true at all. However, I do have like a bunch all of a sudden.
Yeah, and just for the record, too, we're not trying to like put one person over another person or this or that. Some of it has become a first come, and then others have just been like, we'll get you on when we can type thing. But we just appreciate all the support.
Yes. I promise it's not one over the other. Like I said with Dawn, I think I said this on the podcast. I reached out to him because I thought, who better for our first guest than Dawn if he's willing to do it. And he was actually the first person who said yes. So, I mean, and he was so gracious, and our next guest as well. Like, I can't believe how easy it has been to get these people on. Like, there's been no pushback, no, I might be busy, nothing. It's been like, yes, we could go. And it's so amazing. Although the next guest did actually say, I already know what you're going to ask me. And I was like, then what's your answer? But, I mean, and it was, of course. So, yeah, it's just been so much fun. I just love all of you guys, and I'm so excited that the bros decided to ask me to do it. That is what's so, it was so crazy because I was actually talking to Brian with an I and King and some other people and just saying how I wanted to go on a podcast. I said, I think it would be a lot of fun. And literally, like, not even a week later, I think it was a couple of days, Bros reached out to me and said, hey, you know, would you consider it? And I mean, that's why it was just no question. And especially after I talked to Josh, after I said, yeah, I think I'll do it, he called me and we talked for like an hour and a half. And that just kind of solidified that my decision to say yes was perfect. And so I'm excited to see what the future holds and the people we get on.
Holly, how did you become such a positive, outgoing person with you know, a big personality, doing you know, all this media and stuff? Like, do you have a background that gets you into that, or?
No, not at all. If you see the first podcast, it was pretty, you could see how nervous I was and just really like, but I've been like this all my life, believe it or not. I just have always been really happy and bubbly. I think it's, you know, because I'm little, so I have to have something big, and it's my personality. So I really, yeah, I've always had just a real positive outlook on life. And then, you know, having a daughter kind of helps as well, because I rub that off on her. I feel like it's gotten I can't say my life has been easy, but it's been easier with my outlook and just being positive. I find that, you know, positivity kind of surrounds me. Mm-hmm.
They say if you go around saying how lucky you are, you know, you feel luckier, and you won't necessarily be luckier, but you'll notice it more when you are luckier, which makes you feel even luckier. Yeah,
no, I agree 100% with that. I feel I am very lucky that I got this personality that I have, and I'm very lucky that I've gotten to meet all the people that I have through crypto. It's so crazy. Just people I've never met in real life that I consider damn near my best friend. Like Brian with an I, for instance, I've never met him in person, but I am his ride or die. Like, I will do anything for that man. And same with, you know, a lot of other people out there. I trust people that I've really gotten to know. Gotti being another one, Brian with a Y being another one. I don't know. I've just built these awesome connections with these, you know, a lot of different people that I feel so blessed, because who would have thought?
For sure. Blessed and lucky, which are basically synonymous with each other.
Hey, Jared, are you the one hosting on the main account?
I believe that might be Kimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Kimmy? Hey, Kimmy.
Hello.
You can still sneak attack on us?
Oh, no, I've been here all along.
So what I was about to ask, I didn't know if it was Jared on there or not. But you know, what I'd like to do for y'all's podcast, and just to help get y'all's name out there, is you know, stream the voice portion of y'all's podcast on the Glowing Up DeFi podcast. That way we can help try to get y'all's name out there, get y'all more and more viewers, because I love y'all's podcast. I think it's great. I think you know, everything y'all are doing is phenomenal. So I do appreciate that.
Wow, Brian, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Oh, I see Jared down there. Jared, I hope you heard that conversation. Come on, throw us some sort of symbol. I know you're there.
Hey,
he got it. He's seen it, or he heard it. So yeah, we'll get with you after the show and see what we can do as far as that goes.
Hey, Holly, I heard you Fortnite's your jam as well?
Fortnite is my jam, or it used to be. Geez, it's been, I swear to you, I have not played in a while just because I've been busy with life and Twitter and everything. So I haven't gotten to play because I owe Josh a game. Like, I owe him a game.
Yeah, I was saying to him on Twitter and the YouTube channels within the comments, I'm like, oh, add me. I don't play too often. I'm probably just like Josh when he plays maybe that one game. You know, if I'm lucky, my internet's like 5 kbs a second. So.
Yeah, Holly, you owe me that game, but I warned you on Twitter last night that the new season is out and they added frogs, so you have to be careful when you're running through water.
Yeah. So do you get to like kill them?
Yeah, it's kind of like the wolves. You can kill them and eat them for health.
But they still chase after you if you don't, huh?
Actually, the frogs run away from you, so that is kind of the funny part of it. So you shouldn't be too scared.
I'll just shoot them.
Again.
Hey, Holly, you were talking about NFTs, and I couldn't help but to notice oh, she dropped down. The person that just came up was...
Yeah. So she keeps coming up and posting something inappropriate and then dropping back down. So it's got bad language in it. So I keep deleting it and then she drops back down. So that's why I haven't let her up.
Gotcha. I saw the NFT thing.
Well, how the heck is she getting up though?
Well, somebody's letting her come up. I was looking into her background and then somebody let her up and she posted something inappropriate and she popped up and it happened again. So I deleted the post.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, seeing that aspect that you added there, Josh, just to break it up a little bit, especially, just the Fortnite videos, but I'm a huge fan of it now that they have that zero build in there. So when you shoot at somebody, they don't have a tower built in front of you.
Yeah, my fingers don't work fast enough to be able to compete with those young pups that can build those towers back.
I know, right?
That's actually how I kind of got rehooked into the game, was you didn't have to build anymore. But no, it's fun. It's like everything though in life, movies, TV, podcasts, whatever it is, we all need a break from time to time. And so I play that. That's one of the things I do for a break, and people seem to enjoy to watch it. And so we decided to add that as part of the channel.
Any chance you play chess?
Yes, I do play chess. My mom taught me how to play chess at a very young age, and I haven't played in a couple years, but I do like the game.
Well, yeah, that's my biggest hobby. But I've never tried Fortnite before. But let's see. I used to play quite a lot of video games though, and when I was growing up, some of the original ones in the arcade for quarters and stuff. I used to hang out at this skateboard shop that had these video games for quarters, and the owner would actually, like, if we went across the street to McDonald's and filled up his coffee for him, like you get free refills, he would give us a quarter. Hello, guys.
I can hear you.
Go ahead, Blinky.
Yeah. So that's the end of the story. Let's see. Well, I might as well mention, since there's a little space here, I did write several poems for tonight, but the schedule was so fluid, and I thought, should I read the other ones? And I'm not going to. I'm just going to read the one that pertains to our guests here, and so once we're wrapping up after a minute, I'll do that.
Awesome. I can't wait. For those that don't know, it's become a tradition now. Blinky does awesome, wonderful lyrical poems and related to the topic that we are discussing, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Feel free, by all means, come on up to the panel, raise your hand, ask a question. See, I brought this has been in the works for me for a while, because I've always, being an influencer, especially on YouTube, I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of the Safe Moon ecosystem YouTubers that are all here. And it's neat sitting there in your living room and being able to watch you guys, you, Holly, Dawn, the Crypto Bros up on the big screen TV. And it's just an absolute delight. The family and I get together now, and now it's becoming like a tradition type thing. So keep up the good work. We love what you guys are doing. And Holly, you do talk with your hands, but that's what makes you great.
I do. I'm so bad at it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to tie my hands, because I've tried. Even this last podcast, I'm like, okay, I know what I have to work on, because we do have Megalodon. He gives me, he critiques me a lot and tells me what I need to fix, and I'm taking it into consideration. But the hands thing, I can't help it. I cannot not do that.
I think that it's powerful to speak with your hands. There's so much nonverbal communication going on there.
It's really bad, though.
What's hilarious is I never used to talk with my hands, and I've noticed over the last couple of podcasts that you've been on that I talk more with my hands, and so it must be contagious or something.
Yeah, I'm rubbing off on you. Oh my goodness.
It's also when you're sitting down, though, too. Like, if you're sitting down, you can use your hands more.
I used to talk with my hands, but then I gave up being a mime.
That was those jelly beans, man. It was so funny. When I was younger, we were at a house party, and a friend of mine that came from the big city, and he came up to visit us, and he noticed my stepbrother sitting there, shaking his leg. When you raise your foot up, you can twitch your leg. And then my other brother had a little twitch on his hand. He was just tapping his knee. And he looks at everybody. He goes, "What's wrong with the water up here? Everybody's got a twitch." It was kind of, you had to be there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Holly was trying to fly away after she ate one of those jelly beans last week, but it was a lot of fun. And guys, just so you guys know, we do get a lot of suggestions from the Safe Moon community, and they're good suggestions. And so we have already started to update things kind of behind the scenes. You're going to see that the studio won't look a lot different on Friday, but we actually tore the whole thing down and built it back up because we needed more space, because we're going to have some in-studio guests. We've also been working really hard on the audio to make it more clear. I had no idea it would be so hard to get the audio just right, but we ran a test today, and it sounds like I wanted it to sound, thanks to a lot of hard work with Caleb and Greg. But there's still some things that we're tweaking, and we're not trying to necessarily push it in one direction, where I think all four of us are open to different things, kind of have our format down a little bit, but doesn't mean we won't keep tweaking things and making it bigger and better. And so keep up with the suggestions. And, we can always use suggestions on taste test items too, because when you do this every week, sometimes it gets hard to think of something new. So we appreciate it. Just keep DMing us, and we will keep trying to keep up with all the messages that we get.
Indeed, it's hard to keep up with all of them, eh? as a host myself, it's the same thing. We got to figure out different shows, different content, different guests. It's something you got to think about all the time. So having the community suggestions at your disposal is just a wonderful thing as well.
Hey, Toolai, heavy is the head that wears the crown, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm talking about the army having their suggestions.
Well, you're rocking it on this show, buddy. And then we got Rob over here. Rob, how's it going for you?
Oh, it's going great. I'm just enjoying everybody's asking all the great questions, so I just don't want to interrupt. I was curious that I think we're talking to Josh and the Crypto Bros. Is that Caleb and Greg down below there? If they want to come up and talk, I think that's them down towards the bottom.
Yeah, they should be somewhere in this space.
What? The space is for you guys, and you're all not up here?
If you're here, raise your hands, guys. Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Well, there's a lot going on and stuff like that. So I know at least at one point Greg was in a vehicle and Caleb was at one of his daughter's volleyball games.
Yes.
So they be in and out, but I'm not sure. I know they're listening for sure. I don't know if they're in a place where they can talk or not.
I believe, Greg did mention that to me, that he'd be at a volleyball tournament.
I did invite them both up to speak, so if they're capable, they will probably come up.
Yeah, and they nicknamed me the Talk About It guy. I just have always been able to talk, but those guys are just as important to everything that we do as the people that are more vocal. I would, Holly and I would say we're the more vocal of the four of us, but those guys are awesome and just two of the nicest guys, do anything for you type guys that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to meet Caleb. It's not very often that I have to look up to somebody, so I'm definitely interested on that.
Speaking of meeting you guys, Crypto Bros, HollyGirl, are you guys going to be anywhere at any, events, conventions where fans or people could run into you?
Oh, hell, fans. No fans. So I might be in Florida in 3 weeks. Not this weekend. Not next week. Yeah, 3 weeks. But eventually I think we want to kind of branch out, right, Josh? And go to these as like a group and as the actual Crypto Bros and HollyGirl. Yeah, absolutely. Some of that has to do with the logistics of it. Some of it has to do of when and where they are. But we definitely would like to get out as a group and do some stuff on location. And, people talk about the diversity of our YouTube channel all the time. I have a ton of great ideas for some content that we could put on there if the four of us were to be able to get together on location somewhere. So we definitely are open for anything. And all four of us love to travel. So we'll see what ends up happening.
That sounds amazing. I would definitely love to, I guess I'll start sending, whenever I get these invites to these different events, I'll start sending them to you because you get to meet some really good people at these places. And I think there's actually, if there's a way to record live from some of these events, I think that would be pretty spectacular because you get to meet some good people, and some of them are some of the most unique people you'll ever meet. Like, majority of them have a lot of character to them. So if you're a people watcher, it's definitely fun places to go too.
HollyGirl, is that event? That's the event in Florida. That's the NFT, the Unified DeFi. Pardon me, show coming.
Yeah.
Right? Because one of the board members of Flow Token is speaking at that event.
Yes, I do know that. She actually was the one that invited me.
Yeah, she'll be speaking and she'll be repping. She's She's all over the place. She's really got quite quite a large soapbox. That's the wrong word because that implies that she's platform. That's the right word. She's got a large platform, that young lady.
Yeah, I've actually been to other events where she was a keynote speaker. Yeah, I've gotten to meet Darcy several times.
I see Legion's up here. Legion's one of my favorite people. What you got, Legion?
Yo, what's up, Glow Nation? So Brian, what do you do for Glow again? Do you work there? Love you, Brian.
I totally picked on Holly.
Okay, so I have a couple things. One, Crypto Bros, congratulations on your acquisition of Holly. That has got to be the acquisition of the year. You guys lucked out for real. Holly is a real one, super positive, has always been super amazing person. So congrats on that. Y'all killed it. Congratulations, Holly. So happy to see what y'all are doing. Just subscribe to the YouTube, so I'll definitely be checking everything y'all are doing. Great show, which brings me to my next point. Tool Eye, Rob, and Blinky, congratulations, guys, on being host of Glow Nation. You guys are doing a great job. Just want to come up and congrats you guys, and y'all keep doing what you're doing. So, mwah.
On behalf of George and Rob, thank you so much. No, George and Rob, thank the man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, George and Rob. Thanks, Legion.
Thanks, Legion, man. I appreciate that.
And Legion, you are correctly out on that, so thank you.
Legion, I love your banter, your enthusiasm, and the way you shouted out HollyGirl. That was really, really, really strong.
Legion, I love Legion. Me and him have been friends for a long time. So, yeah, he's one of my favorites, too. But somebody said Holly can ask you a question.
Oh, that was just, I was going to ask you, you have all these great quotes. Where do you get all these positive energy quotes that you come up with all the time? Are these off the top of your head, or do you have a positivity calendar every day?
Well, no, so odd. Some of them actually are from the top of my head, to be honest with you. But, I mean, and it's just from, like, things, I've heard around. And then also, how I'm feeling in the morning, I will actually Google that word. And that's how I come up with some of the actual quotes. But I don't ever use the quotes word for word. I mean, there has been some maybe that I have, but I put the Holly spin on it, honestly, because I tend to talk a little bit different than what it says. So I kind of reword it into where it fits me and how I look at things. So
I just wanted you to know that I'm a fan.
You're such an ass, Bix. Bix is, he's my favorite. Oh gosh, he's my favorite futter.
It is.
Yeah, we have been friends for a long time. I know, he's not a big fan of some things that I am, but you know what? We talk a lot and we are friends, and that will never change. He's such a pain in the ass, though.
I'm a fan. What is this acquisition of Holly mean? What did that mean?
I'm on a podcast now, Vix. I'm part of the Crypto Bros podcast, but now it's Crypto Bros and HollyGirl.
A podcast? Wow.
Yes.
Graduated from moderator.
I've never been a moderator either.
What was it? No, it wasn't a moderator. What was it? What did you do for the polls?
Oh, I was the PR.
Yes, for what platform was that again? Remind me.
That was all, but mainly on Twitter.
Twitter, there we go.
Yeah, get out of here, you brat.
What? I mean,
you know.
I'm watching you climb this shit token ladder. What?
You stop it. You stop it.
Hey.
You know how I feel.
I'm here to
empower you. You know how I feel
you.
about that word. I don't call any of the tokens shit tokens, ever. You know that.
I am aware. I'm aware.
Okay.
The poopy tokens. Is that better?
You're stupid. Anyways, how are you, Vix? Things good?
Hanging in there. You know how it goes. How about you?
Good. So if anybody doesn't, hey, what? Vix actually is a miner or was. What's going on with the ETH stuff?
Right now, not a damn thing. Got cold video cards. Not a good mix. Now they just gotta wait till people shake out of the market and it becomes profitable again. It might be a little bit. It is what it is.
Did she say ETH? Isn't that the king of the shit tokens?
Yep.
No.
Pretty much. Now it is, yeah. I'm officially a BTC maxi.
I hear ya. I hear ya.
Yep. ETC has really shit the bed. I mean, look where it's gone. Look at the price of ETC right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I got a feeling she might hit 15, and I hope not.
15. It's last time I checked, it was at 13. It's at 13.25.
Oh, I'm here in Canada.
Gotcha. Plus inflation, you got to add for that too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we've been going a little over an hour now. It might be time to wind down a little bit. Are my other hosts in agreement?
Yes, I want to hear your poem.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead with it. I'm gonna go ahead with this poem now. Just keep in mind, maybe it's short because I wrote several, but like I said, the schedule was very fluid for today's show in terms of who was going to be on it. So I was prepared, though. I was prepared. So I'll just put those other ones in my pocket for now. And here's what I wrote about our current guests. Now, HollyGirl's joined Crypto Bros. She got her start by trading Doge, then moved into the DeFi space. Holly's never out of place. Now, we're so blessed to have her here, and all the others who've appeared or not. Glow Nation is here for art. It's where I really got my start, but Rob and George are seasoned pros. Ask either one. I'm sure he knows. I'm glad to have them on my team, so Twitter storm or start a meme. Amplify Glow Nation's themes. We're glowing now, or so it seems. Please snap along or applaud or clap. Greetings all. I'm Magic Matt.
That's awesome.
Well done. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Mic drop.
That was pretty good. So, Legion, thank you for pinning that post up at the top. So, anybody that hasn't liked or subscribed to the Crypto Bros channel, check out the pinned tweet and go ahead and like and subscribe to it.
So talk to me about this Crypto Bros channel. What do we?
So the Crypto Bros is a YouTube podcast that goes in and they do interviews with different tokens. They just bring a whole different aspect of actually getting to know the people behind the token and bring in positivity to crypto. Which I'm the wrong person to be asking about this. Josh, do you want to answer it?
Sure. Yeah, it's just three guys and Holly that we've had a podcast for 4 months or so. Time gets away from me. Holly's joined it in the last few weeks, and it's just a different kind of deal where we get to interview different personalities, sometimes CEOs of different cryptos, and it's not a hard-hitting trying to find the newest news or just trying to get insider information. It's just people being people talking with people, and just getting to know them on that sort of level. So, and it's a lot of fun, and people seem to like it. So, sometimes when you create things, you don't know if people are going to respond to it, and you don't know how it's going to work out, but we've had a ton of positive feedback, and it's been awesome.
So let me ask you. So you said you guys were concentrating just on the positivity part. Is that correct?
Not just on the positivity part, but that is the major theme of what we do.
You don't think that there's a possibility that you might be taken advantage of if all you're going to do is focus in on the one side?
Taking advantage how?
Well, let's say there's a bad actor out there and he comes on your show, and if all you're going to look at is the positive parts, then he may hurt some people in the process.
How is he hurting somebody when he's talking about what he's doing?
Again, let's assume for a second that he's a bad actor, right? No one comes out and says, hey, I'm a thief, or I'm going to rug you, right? So assuming that, if all you're going to do is look at in other words, if you were taking a comprehensive look at the entire project and saying, here are the good points, here are the bad points, then I'm all for that. But if you're just going to concentrate on the good points and ignore some of the flaws you may see, then certainly you can be taken advantage of.
No, not really, because they come on to have fun. They come on to talk about what their project is. They're not saying go out and buy my project. They're literally just saying this is what our project is, this is what our vision is, and that is it. And it is up to you. You have to hold other people accountable for their own decisions. Nobody on the podcast or actually part of us at all, even the CEO or the people that we have on there, are saying go out and buy my token. They're not saying that at all, actually.
Well,
they are literally just talking about what they do, what their vision is, period. And that's where it ends.
Maybe not in so many words, right? They might not be saying, hey, buy my token. But if you're going on to a space to talk about your token, it's obviously with the effect that someone's gonna, say, oh, okay, this might be interesting. Let me throw a couple bucks at it.
I mean, but again, you have to give that decision to the person who's making it. You have to hold other people accountable. Just because we have them on, and I'm not saying we're having just the people in the SafeMoon ecosystem on either. We have big plans to let other people outside of the ecosystem come on and talk about their project. Now, you know how I am, Vix. We've talked about this for many, many times. It is a million times. People have to be accountable for their own decisions, and that is how I'm always going to look at it.
So I don't disagree with you, right? We're all responsible for our actions, and that's okay. But at the same time, those of us that have been around for a while should be a little more responsible in trying to help those newer people out so that they don't make the same mistakes we did.
Yeah, Vix, can I jump in here? It depends, how hardcore of a show you want to be. This is the Crypto Bros and HollyGirl. They're not necessarily, I'm not saying they're lightweights or anything, but maybe they're not like hardcore crypto, like what you're kind of suggesting, and they're more on the entertainment side. And I could see you saying this about someone who's like a hardcore crypto TA person or something.
Well, listen, I'm not going to tell you how to run your show, right? You guys do it however you want. I'm just pointing something out that you guys might want to, food for thought. That's all. Because, and I'm going to be honest with you, Holly pulls a lot of weight. I've known her for a long time. We've had many conversations in private and in public, and I know she pulls a lot of weight, and some of the other people too. So someone who doesn't know what they're doing may say, oh, well, this person knows what they're doing, and I trust them, thus I'm going to go ahead and invest in this token that somebody's shilling on this program. And as I said, you're not going to always have great actors on there, right? You might have a nefarious actor sneak in and use you guys, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I think that's subject to opinion.
Bro, Vix, if I'm an affiliate marketer and I'm I do some research on a product, I think it's a pretty good product. If that hurts somebody, I'm not losing sleep. If I did due diligence on the product, I think it's kind of analogous and even less so because this is HollyGirl. This isn't like Crypto Guru that's doing this show.
Well, she knows a lot more than you think she does.
Yeah,
I absolutely do, but I don't go and flaunt it that I do. I actually don't talk.
I'm sorry, Holly. I didn't mean to mute you, but this space is just it's getting away from us. This isn't what we're here for, to discuss who you should or should not have on your show or how you should run your show. Your show is an eclectic. It's fun. It's about just positive energy and just kind of people being people. It's not about having superstar guests and maybe they're going to rug pull you. So that's not what this is about. So this space is kind of getting away from what our direction is, I feel. And I think we should maybe just go ahead and call it a day. We've been here for an hour and a half, but as long as my co-hosts and my team are on board with that.
I'm cool with that. I like the fact that we had some stimulating discussion in here, and it maybe good enough. We should leave it there.
I'll tell you what. I'll leave you guys with one last thing. If positivity is what you're looking for, you surely found the right person. Holly can be positive to the point of ad nauseum. So you found the right girl, and she knows I love her. So that is not a dig.
Yeah, and you know what, Vix, you make valid points, but they're not. We're not. We're just about fun. That's it.
Cool. All right. God bless.
Yeah, I think the I don't even know how to really say it. I think the point of perspective that y'all bring to the show is something that is unique. You're not like a CoffeeZilla where you're just bearing down, pulling out every piece of nitty gritty details about a project. You're actually getting to know the person behind the token, which is something that you don't see. And I think that's an actual great perspective that needs to be seen. So I think the trail y'all are going is, perfect.
Thanks for saying that, Brian, because, that's exactly what we're doing. There is crypto in it, but it's more about talking with the people that are behind the scenes. And we knew going into it that it wouldn't necessarily be the format that everyone would like, but we all four believe that you must be true to yourself too, and that is who we are. We aren't the hard-hitting going after it like you were saying. We want to get to know people. The whole reason we're in cryptocurrencies to begin with is not to get rich. That was never our goal. Our goal was to have enough money so that we could help people, but give of ourselves and give more time. Because money is great, and don't get me wrong, it buys lots of different things, but what it can't buy is for somebody to connect with another person on a level that they know that they care about them and they love them and they know their needs. And that's what this is all about for us, is connecting with other people. And you know what? It's a very good chance that we may have some guests on, and when it's over, I'll be like, well, we got that out of the way, but don't think they'll probably be back on, because you don't necessarily get along with everyone that you talk to. That's the same thing in life, but we are doing this for a different purpose. It's not to get famous. It's not to be multi-billionaires. It's not any of that stuff. It's to help people. And we feel like in this format, we can get to know people. And at the same time, maybe they'll be comfortable enough to ask us when they do need help, or we can push them in the direction of somebody that can help them, type thing.
I'm certain you are helping people, and there's a lot to be said of getting to know the person behind the project, and one can judge them as a person vis-a-vis their integrity, and so that's an important part of vetting a project too. That's why people are doxxed. So good job there. Hey Rob, I gotta say, man, you don't step in super often, but when you do, man, you come in strong, buddy. You come in hard. Good one there, dude.
Well, it's just, I just don't want the space to turn into a negative energy where, we're arguing about what's right and what's wrong. This is just about having a good time and meeting you guys and letting some other people get to know you. Now that I'm up here, there's G-Body's up here. I don't know if he had a question or not. Did you have something to say, G-Body?
Oh, hey, I just want to thank y'all for having this space. I kind of just been sitting in the background, just listening, and how I want to say this. I'll say it like this. first thing, I'm an investor, and I'm new to this whole Twitty thing, right? So one of the reasons I came over and became a Twitterer now, right, was primarily because of, BBTF and the whole Glow Nation and, everything that's encumbrance with that, right? That's what brought me over. Prior to that, I've always just been, most typical cryptos have their platform over on Telegram, right? So I'm used to the whole Telegram and anything goes over there. And it's kind of refreshing to come over here and hear actual people talking, because the dialect is much different over here in the Twitter spaces as compared to a lot of the other pep rallies and things that I've been involved in that I find over on Telegram. So I commend you all on having this space. Now, I've also been listening in terms of, I guess it would be HollyGirl. This is your show. You're listening at the top, right? And bringing on new projects and just enlightening the community of other projects and crypto in general. I hear all that. That's great. But I'll say this. What you got up there in the hashtag that said Glow Nation, that's what attracted me, because I'm also a holder, right? So I'm just saying it from the standpoint of, if I'm a holder, I'm expecting to hear, more stuff that's going around in the Glow community and the Glow token and things that they're encompassing themselves with. But when, as an outsider, right, and if y'all were to hear someone start to mention other tokens while I'm on this, now the whole thing of it is, it just says Glow Nation, right? If it just said Crypto Brothers and HollyGirl, that means anything goes. But that hashtag Glow Nation attracted people, right? It attracted me to come into this space, right? So I'm just saying, there might be some food for thought in terms of the titles that you might, if your program is to, talk about new projects, maybe that should be in the title, right? I'm just saying to kind of safeguard yourself and not attach.
We had a space recently with some big news. Did you hear about that? The mass adoption, accepting credit cards right on the website.
For which token? Oh, that's Glow.
For Glow, yeah, for Glow.
Okay.
Partnership with Munch. So that was the topic last time, but this time we're highlighting part of our community, Crypto Brothers and HollyGirl, and we're happy you're here too to share that with us.
Oh man, I'm all in. I got money on all these tokens. So I try to be a silent participant sometimes, but when I feel the need to say something, I'll make my presence be felt. And I just like what y'all going. And it is kind of refreshing to come in there and have real adult conversation, and everything's not just a pep rally. And hey, just buy this bag and hold on. And hey, you know what I'm saying? The regular shilling things.
So G-Body, let me tell you something real quick. So Glow Nation is the name of the show. Myself, Sabling Rob, Tooleye, and Blinky, we're all staff members for Glow Nation, for Glow Token, and we have the core team. We have at least 3 members of the core team are in this room, and we do talk about Glow Nation constantly. When you see that Glow Nation tag up there, that's us. We're just inviting them in because we like their YouTube channel. They're very refreshing, very fun to watch, and eclectic. Like, you turn it on one day and they'll be playing Fortnite. I love to watch them play Fortnite sometimes. It's just it's a mind teaser, So usually, you missed last week when we talked about the one button direct buy. But yeah, we are a Glow Nation, definitely a Glow. So anytime you see that tag, come on in, because we usually are talking about Glow, but today it's all about Holly and the Crypto Bros and HollyGirl. Because they've just been putting out some good content. We just wanted to make sure that people knew they were out there.
Gotcha. Hey, man, I like what y'all doing. I'll probably buy some more Glow while it's in the dip.
Yeah, so, what we like to do with Glow is we like to highlight other good projects and good people. It's all about uniting DeFi. So if we know of something that is good that's coming out, we want to shed the light on it. We want to show, what they have going on. We have really moved away from anything Telegram related. Our main, I guess, form of communication is going to be the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please join the Discord. But yeah, you know, we want to shed light on other good people, good projects. So we'd like to host spaces to kind of, you know, shed that out there.
Hey, that's good because you really don't get that. You know, I've been in crypto probably since like 2017, and everybody's been by yourself. It's the last man standing. And it hasn't been till probably earlier this year where you start to see more partnerships. You know?
I mean, Glow Nation really says it all. Like just that you pointed out, you saw the tag Glow Nation, and that's because we're inclusive of everybody. Like, and we want all the people to glow. We want all the people to glow and join the Glow Nation. That's what this is really about.
Man, awesome concept. I like that.
Hey guys, but I just want to say good luck. I want to also say I'm a HollyGirl fan. So
Get out of here. 5X.
God bless Holly.
Stop it. Can't stand you. Go. Kick him out. Give him the boot.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh, guys, I think it's that time. Do we have any closing thoughts? We'll start with Holly.
No, I just thank you guys for having Josh and I. Greg is here. He's quiet and on mute. But thanks for having us up and just kind of letting us talk about what we do. It's always a pleasure. I love being with Robin too and Kimmy. And yeah, now Matt. So that's pretty awesome. I'm excited for what the future holds.
We're going to try to put on the best show we can every time, of course.
Yeah, guys, I just want to say thanks for having us on. We appreciate it. Glow has been something that personally I've been researching for a long time and look into and kind of keep up with you guys. And I just appreciate you guys tuning in and giving us a chance to come on here and talk about what we do, and wish you guys the best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here and taking some time out.
And just to let you know, there's an Easter egg in every podcast.
Oh, no, everybody's going to go nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's noticed it yet.
Now I got to go back
Josh
and
knows.
watch.
Josh knows.
Yeah, I do know.
I got something to look forward now. I am totally going to start looking for the Easter egg. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank Fight Club.
My favorite
Wait,
movie.
no, is it a real Easter egg?
Have we not been doing on that?
No, we haven't told her yet, Greg.
I couldn't hold it any longer. I had to say something.
So it's an actual Easter egg.
It means a surprise.
There's something hidden in the video. Yes.
Oh,
Every podcast.
You don't need to tell me these things.
My bad, Ollie. My bad.
We'll let you know. But yeah, it's something Greg started. I think it was the very first one, and I didn't catch it until after it got out there. And then he just, every podcast throws it in there. And it's kind of an inside joke, but I'll clue you in, Holly, because we might use that someday for like a giveaway if somebody can figure it out.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
And I will say, so y'all two ate that dishwasher, or what was it, dishwater jelly bean like a champ.
Ugh.
Josh just gulped that thing down.
Yeah, it was hard though. I all I could think about was getting that Mountain Dew in there as fast as I possibly could because it was bad.
Oh yeah, it lasted for about 3 hours. Just so you know.
Yes, it sure did. It sure did. And I spit mine out. I didn't even chew it as long as you guys did.
So wait, so that means that Dawn was tasting vomit for like 3 hours. Oh, how disgusting!
Oh yes, probably
I'm sure.
longer.
Yeah, and we actually.
You couldn't wash it down.
I told him beforehand. I was like, "Do you have a glass of water with you?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "You might want to get one just in case you get one of the bad ones." And I think he's really glad he did.
Mm-hmm. I just hope that he didn't have to really talk like face to face to somebody because they're like, "Damn, his breath stinks."
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, sorry to be the dad here, but I know some people have to move on. So hey, Rob and George, let's cut it short. Sorry guys.
No worries, buddy. But now I'm gonna go back and watch. You got me so intrigued. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. It's absolutely been a pleasure. Like I said, what you do, trying to bring when new investors come in and they see this light side of what you're trying to accomplish, it's just entertaining and very enjoyable, especially now that you guys brought on Holly. Not to say it wouldn't have been enjoyable, but it's still nonetheless enjoyable. And I personally like it.
Let's give our boy Rob the final word. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, thank everybody for coming today. Thank you to the team from Glow Nation for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, Crypto Bros and Holly. You guys are entertaining. I love the show. It's a great little getaway. Kind of, you get your little hour getaway when you guys are on. It's fun. I just want everybody to remember, every day is a gift. And I'm going to say this every time you hear me. Every day is a gift. So always live in the present.